I'm joined now by retired Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery. Admiral Montgomery, it's a pleasure to have you. I want to talk to you about something that Secretary of State Marco Rubio just said moments ago on Capitol Hill. He said the Israelis were going to attack Iranian targets, and therefore the United States knew that if it didn't do something preemptively, it would have been vulnerable, so it joined those attacks. Is that how you understand how this progressed, and do you think that in any way changes the way we should evaluate the root preemptive cause for this action?
I mean, there's a chance that's true. I think I'd watched General Kane's, 20-minute discussion a day and recognize that the United States had a pretty good operational plan for a combined U.S.-Israeli attack on like 6 different lines of effort. I don't think we'd pick this up, in a 3-hour moment when we realized they were going. So my gut reaction is we and the Israelis did significant planning. I think what is fair to say is that the exact timing was driven by Israeli intelligence that said our number one target plus 4 to 5 of the top 10, in addition to him, were at a meeting. And we weren't going to have this easy an IRGC leadership targeting period again for days, weeks, or months. So maybe the exact moment of the attack was driven by Israeli intelligence and decision making, but the agreement to do a combined, aggressive, multiple line of effort attack is something we and the Israelis had agreed to ahead of time.
And when the president says, as he did to Jake Tapper of CNN, that the big one is coming, that the biggest of the aerial bombardments hasn't arrived yet, what does that suggest to you?
I think that might be a little hyperbolic. The 900 strike event on day one was pretty big because you're mixing in not just U.S. Navy and Air Force air with Israeli air, but in addition, the Tomahawks, ATACMS, the Lucas drones. I think that what you're going to see over the next few days are significant air-to-ground attacks executed against multiple lines of effort, including continuing the IRGC leadership in their facilities, including the ballistic missiles production, stowage, and facility, and the actual missiles in the field, and drone missiles in the field and production facilities. So what I think he might mean is the next 2 weeks will be the most impressive, cost of position air power that anyone's seen possibly ever in terms of just amount of accurate ordnance placed on target.
Can we assess simply through satellite imagery how much these ballistic missile sites have been damaged, or do we need some kind of covert or overt eyes on?
So our overhead collection is imagery, massent, measuring signals of what happened during the strike, signals intelligence of how they talk about it right afterwards. People tend to be extremely frank and honest in the moments after a strike. So you collect all of that. And do I think we'd have a good battle damage assessment? Yes. Do I think that we'd have enough BDA battle damage assessment to say we need to restrike that? Yes. If we said it was 97% destroyed and it ended up being 92% destroyed, would I be surprised? No. I mean, there'll be mistakes, but they'll be in the margins, not in the main. In the main, we'll know what we hit. Now, the one exception to that is deeply bunkered stowage of nuclear weapons, where they spent a lot of money to be able to do that. So we don't know that till you get real human intelligence, and as in Fordo and some of the other things we struck during the 12-day war.
Retired Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery, it's been a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.